This segment of Hak5 is brought to you by Ting.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel pretty secure knowing that I have a one-time password with my Google account. That was at least until Cause entered the studio. Cause, what's up, man?
Hey.
All right, so now we've got our P2P ADB that we can use to connect our Android phone to another Android phone or tablet. We've talked about stealing, databases. Now it's time to get to the good stuff and actually steal the Google authentication.
Yeah.
How does that work?
So when you authenticate on your phone to Google, a request is sent out to the Android service on google.com. So it passes your username and password. That service actually passes back just a token. It just passes back some token, very long. You can't really brute force it or anything. It's just that token is basically a representation of your password.
Kind of like a Windows machine would have on an Active Directory network.
Exactly. So we've got that, but the thing is, when you're root, that token is easily accessible. And good thing for us is that with P2P ADB, it's very easy to script this into the application for me to just go in and automatically grab it and then pull down that token. And then with that token, there's another request that's made to create a single sign-on larger token that'll automatically sign you on and authenticate you to Google without prompting you.
So is this kind of synonymous with like a cookie in that if I steal this file in /data/ whatever secret permission place it is on the phone, which we have access to with root,
Right.
And I just put that on my phone, is that what you're saying? Like clone the phone that way? Or?
Yeah, you can go around and doing that. It's actually more powerful than just a cookie because it is basically your password. You can use it to re-authenticate over and over again. It doesn't go bad until you change your password, or if it's application-specific password, it doesn't go bad until you revoke that token, and it works out pretty well.
So even if you're using the Google's two-factor authentication mechanism, and you are able to pull that token off my phone, you've got access to my Google account without needing to know my password?
So,
or to have my Google Authenticator app?
Yes, actually.
That's fantastic.
So because you're using an application-specific password when you use Google's two-factor, you're not actually prompted with ever hitting in your two-factor, right? You authenticate once, you do your two-factor, you go and you create an application-specific password, which is like 16-byte long password that they generate for you. You put that into your phone, and you never have to re-authenticate your phone.
You're right. I can't remember the last time I had to log into my Google account on my Android phone because this is my Google.
Exactly.
Just my Google.
Exactly.
And in fact, it's the other way around. I use my Android phone to authenticate my computer to the to other Google services with the two-factor the Google Auth app. So. In a sense, this is the trusted device.
Exactly. So you can actually test this out on your device. If you open up your web browser on your device and you go to google.com or gmail.com rather.
Sure, I'll do that. So I'm going to head over in Chrome, right?
Yeah.
Gmail. Come on, stop trying to load the page in the background. Gmail.com. There we go.
Yeah.
And what do we get?
So right now, either it'll be logged in already or it's going to prompt you. There you go.
Okay, so it's logged in already.
Logged in already. So if you log out real quick and you get back to the account login page, there's going to be a drop down that says, do you want to log in with this account? And if you hit sign in, you basically bypass having to put your username and password into that area because it has the token already. It can handle everything in the framework above Chrome. So it passes that token to Google. Google passes back a single sign-on URL. Your browser goes to that single sign-on URL, and you just bypassed authentication.
So you're saying that there's a single URL that is my Google token?
There's a token that you submit to a URL, and yeah, it passes back another token.
And that's your single sign-on?
Yes. And
okay.
it is single sign-on, so as soon as you use it, it's invalidated. As soon as a new one is generated, the old one is invalidated.
So if you steal my phone and steal my token, and you run over to your computer, all I have to do is change my password, right?
So the fun thing is that with that token, you can actually change their password before they get a chance.
Really?
Yes. And if you're using if you're using two-factor, means you have application-specific passwords. I can just add a new password, and I'll make it something generic. I'll be like
Chrome.
Android phone, Chrome, or Google TV.
If you look at my application-specific passwords, it just says Chrome, 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 Chrome. By the way, Chrome team, you want to start using two-factor? That'd be great.
So actually, we have it right here. So you see the.
Oh, okay, I see.
Do you want to sign on?
So it says how well you can get that, Paul, but there you can kind of see there's the regular login page.
Yellow bar right there.
Yeah.
And if we hit sign on or sign in, it just bypasses it and drops you in to, well, in this case, it's going to be my dashboard right here.
There you go.
And it logged me in without prompting me. This is because the token's already on the phone, right? It's no reason to.
Well, it's also, let's not inconvenience some users here, because then they might consider going to the other brand of smartphone.
Right, but and everything uses that token. Your Gmail account, GChat, when your browser hooks into it, you can't really get around not having that token or requiring a second means of authentication.
Cool. So let's see what it looks like on the computer.
All right, so right here I have ADB or P2P ADB running, just the regular stuff, check if root, grab data. So if you check if root, I am running as a root. So the good one right here is stealing Google accounts. So if I go ahead and hit number 5, it's going to prompt me system accounts, 68 bytes. Do you want to grab it? Yes. All right, it's stored it under this folder. So I have a
jacked.tar.
Hey,
no, I love it. I love it.
Jacked it, man. So I have another shell script. It's not completely integrated into P2P ADB because I don't think it really makes sense to. So generate Google Auth, and all that does is just a little shell script, sends it to curl request to this folder, or I'm sorry, to this URL.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go ahead and run sh generate auth jacked, it's going to automatically unpack it. And that URL right there, that is a very sensitive URL.
Okay, so we can see here we're in, let's go back to that browser. So we're at the Google Accounts login page. We're not signed in as anything.
Nope.
But we've got this token from your phone. We've generated that URL from it.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate real quick. All right, it's going to prompt me to log in. It's going to prompt me to put in my two-factor auth. So we'll go ahead and delete all data real quick. There. So I'm logged out, but I have this token right here. I'm going to go ahead and paste that in the URL, hit enter, and it's automatically logged me in.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it.
So this
it's like it's even better than cookie jacking. It's token jacking.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic.
So the nice thing about this is, well, as a plus for a user, to get this easily, you have to be rooted and have ADB. I have to be able to grab that file, which is protected by the root user. However, an alternative to getting this token is going through the Google browser, or the browser like we just did, and doing the sign-on. That's sending just an HTTPS post request through the browser. Now, if you decide that somehow you want to intercept that with maybe a man-in-the-middle or an HTTPS proxy with your own CA certificate installed, you can still grab that token without having your phone rooted.
How would you get the proxy or the VPN and your CA certificate on the phone?
I mean,
with the P2P ADB is what I'm thinking.
If I have P2P ADB and I have ADB, maybe I'll just expand anti-guard a little bit to automatically configure.
Oh, so you're talking about future add-ons here,
yeah.
The ability to proxy everybody through your thing and then just do a little man in the middle.
Even right now, if for whatever reason you happen to come across a device and you, so say this is your device and you're gone for a few hours, I can play with it. Maybe you have it unlocked, maybe you have this. If it's not rooted, if it doesn't have ADB, if I have access to it, I can still go through and still take your token off the device. When you regularly cannot do that, there's no interface to go in and take the token. It's protected by root, but by installing your own CA certificate and then man-in-the-middling the communication between the device and Google servers, you actually get the exact token pulled from the SQLite database being pulled, sent to the servers. So without root, you can still get access to that token.
And once you've got that, as you've shown right here, so you're logged in. Now, what does this allow you to? Because say like I've got some suspicion that I've been owned. I'm going to go and change my Google account password immediately.
Oh,
right?
yeah. So in this instance,
is this now a race? You know, victim versus hacker.
It can be, and there's no reason that you can't automate this either on my side of things.
Oh, nice.
So,
I love automation.
Right. Since I'm right here, you've got access to my regular stuff, so we can go over to security. So there are a few things I'm going to step into right here. The first one is my favorite: two-step verification and authorized applications and sites. Edit. Oh, see, it kicks me out after a while, but I can just go ahead and generate a new token.
And you're back in.
Security, authorized sites. There we go. So there is some timeout there, but by generating a new token and re-authenticating, it allows you to re-access it.
That's wicked.
So here you have my connected apps and sites, et cetera, et cetera. Scroll down. That's a lot, by the way.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you have all of my...
all your Google TVs.
Yeah. Google TV, and you know, these are just ones that I have forgotten to revoke because I mess around with this so much. Galaxy Nexus, the Nexus 7 wallet, because when you sign up with Google, or a Google Wallet, you have to re-input an application-specific password to get the wallet working. Ninja Telephone, GSM Galaxy Nexus. So I have a ton there, obviously.
Right.
Well, I can just go ahead and add another, and we'll, you know, call it something benign. Android.
Printer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google Cloud Print. Cool.
And nobody would want to lose their Google Cloud Print. Now this is as good as a password.
Yeah.
That right there.
This is a password to my account right now. All you have to do is take that.
You hear that, folks? Log in to Cause's account using that. You want to revoke that at the end of this.
Absolutely. All you got to do is take that token, and then you'll just, I don't actually have the packet capture set up to do it, but all you have to do is regenerate a new token, and you can basically just continually run the command, the generate auth, and just use that constantly.
What about changing their password?
So with changing their password, let me revoke real quick.
Yeah, you don't want to forget to revoke the cloud password.
So in changing their password, so if you go to password change, it's going to ask you for your current password, and it's a bummer.
You don't know their password.
You're right. I don't.
That's
know
the whole
password.
point. Is we got the token.
I don't know their password. Current password, or what was the name of your first teacher?
Oh, Miss Flynn.
Well, this is my account, so that's not going to work. But that's the option. I can give my current password or my security question.
Okay, but you don't know. Okay, well then that's just another discussion about social engineering and using things like Maltego to crawl networks.
I also have access to the account recovery options, which it kicked me out again temporarily.
Regenerate.
So regenerate. Go to security, account recovery options. Bam.
Okay, and so what are these? These are, just in case your account gets completely locked out, here's how we send you a token?
Yeah, so this is specifically the part that I like most. What is the name of your first teacher?
Password? Write your own question.
Yep.
Have you been owned?
Write your own question. Yep, so.
Yes. That.
Your account information has been updated.
Oh my gosh. And so now all we do is go to change your password.
Have you been owned? Yes.
Yes.
New password, please.
Yeah.
So. Oh, there was a problem. Service is temporarily unavailable, which could be an issue by regenerating. Oh, by changing the password?
Yes.
I now get a bad authentication. I can no longer use that token because I've changed a password.
Oops.
Yep. So we'll try to log in. Hopefully I can remember what I just put. All right.
Or we know that we've changed the secret question.
True. So let's try. I don't know my password. Oh, because I have it set up through the Google Apps stuff, there are some other security measures there. Because I have an administrator for the domain cause.io, it's
so you're using Google Apps for your own domain rather than using an @Gmail account.
Right. Okay. And I should have done that with the Gmail account. But the idea is solid. That will work against other Gmail accounts. It'll allow you to change it and re-authenticate.
So I mean, at this point though, as soon as you get that token, it's just a race between the user realizing they've been owned and you automating the ownage.
And in reality, I don't really want to change the user's password because that's just It just lets them know. If I get your phone and you don't realize, you don't know that I have your token, there's really no reason for you to freak out and change your password. But if you notice your password is changed, you're going to go in and then you're going to start going through stuff and start changing everything. And that's kind of what I want to avoid.
Yeah. I mean, what you ultimately want is another password into their account.
Exactly. And that's why the application-specific password is so powerful, because I can just generate more passwords and more tokens. I can maybe trick you. You get no notification that
it's like creating another administrator user account on a
exactly.
system. I love that.
There's no notification that a new application specific password has been created, so I'll just create some and hope you don't notice.
Okay, deployment scenarios, right? I know that you've got some crazy ideas of how you might be able to actually jack some phones quickly using P2P ADB. You brought some toys. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, so right here, let's see. So the first idea is to just take a cell phone.
Yeah.
So just take a regular cell phone and toss it into maybe some bigger case, or camouflage it as something that you would trick someone to plug into. Or maybe you just want to go like, hey, let's transfer some files. It's really fast over USB. But that's not very convincing. So you take a cell phone, you stick it in like a project box and this little black box, stick an Energizer stamp over it or something and make it look like a charger, throw one of these in there and plug that all up, and then suddenly you have a little charge pack that's going to own your phone when you plug it in. But these are kind of big, so the Galaxy Nexus is a little big.
And a little expensive.
Yeah, and a little expensive for something like that. So we've got something a little smaller. This is the HTC One V. This is actually the Ninjatel phone that was at DEF CON.
Did you put your ShadyTel SIM in the Ninjatel phone?
Yes, actually, I have it in there still. So it is a bit smaller, and it works. And there are smaller phones, but I want to actually go much smaller. So this is the Android MK802. This is a full-fledged Android device.
It's getting a lot of buzz right now. In fact, I think we just got it in the hack shop.
It's got a gig of RAM in there. It's got 4 gigs of memory. It's got SD card slot. It's got host USB mode natively on there.
So you don't even need an OTG cable. Just that USB port right there will do it.
It runs over, it can be powered over USB. So it can be powered over one of these little things right here.
Or pineapple juice. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And if you notice, it's not much taller.
Yeah.
It's about as thick. So maybe you find something that's a little bit bigger than this, and you rip out maybe one of the cells and make it fit, and you're set. So yeah, the beautiful thing about this is that it is so small, it'll fit in anywhere. You can put it into a battery pack, and suddenly, oh hey, you need to charge your phone? Go and plug it in.
You know what I love, and this gets me thinking, especially these embedded devices. I mean, we love OpenWRT kind of embedded devices and kind of playing with ADB on that. Have you ever been to the Oakland airport? I know specifically the Oakland airport has this, where there's these really big comfy couches in the waiting area, and in the arms they have 2 AC jacks and 2 USB jacks.
Right.
And it's in a wall panel that has, it's a metal wall panel with the 2 USB jacks and 2 flathead screws.
Right. Okay.
You've got the belt, you've got the overalls, you got the whatever, and you just unscrew that, and it's just, there's just an AC with a with one of those little it's like one of these behind it, right? And you just put your guy in line or whatever. You use this to power your own device that will thus power their phone and own it.
Right. So juice jacking was developed by a friend named Lay. He does a lot of work with Riverside. They do the Wall of Sheep over at DEF CON. And if you've been to DEF CON in the past 2 years, or TourCon last year, they actually brought their little box that's dressed up like a charging station where you can plug your phone into it. And they had some pretty benign stuff. You plug your phone in and they would just pull off the hardware ID and display it on a screen there just to mess with you.
Yeah.
So I thought this complemented that really well. I just thought, oh wow, like that's a cool idea. And then I have this portable idea. Well, why don't we just mix them all together?
Yeah.
And now we have a completely, own your device via a charging station.
You know what I really love is I was actually just in SeaTac in the airport in Washington, and they have those charging stations where you put a couple of dollars in and then charge your. You could be paying to get owned. Man, okay, so where can people, if they're brainstorming at home, coming up with these brilliant ideas, they want to collaborate, they want to start working on the P2P ADB framework, adding some modules and things like that, where can they go to get started?
So my website is kos.io, so that's kos.io.
Okay.
I have my email. There's a blog that's linked from there. There's links to GitHub up there that you can find all my work at. You can reach me anywhere. I'm on the Twitters as @thecause, THEKOS. Just hit me up.
Nice. Dude, this is so exciting. I can't wait to check in on the project in a few months, see how it's doing. Really appreciate you coming down to the studio.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to go encrypt my phone now.
No,
That's probably a good
I gotta
idea.
disable ADB also.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look. I've been going off lately about how much I love Ting, and for very good reason. This is actually my own personal setup with Ting. I love their 3G modems. I use them with the Wi-Fi Pineapple. It's so much fun. It has rocked. It's been solid performance, and I'm really happy because a lot of you guys have already checked out their awesome customer-first approach to the cell market. They are a godsend. And if you haven't already heard about Ting, check this out. It's a new service that brings clarity, usability, and big savings to mobile phone users. See, Ting offers one very simple plan, honest pricing, megabytes, minutes, text messages, each of those billed separately. So you don't have to think about if you're gonna go over and pay ridiculous fees. You just pay for what you use, no BS. Check it out at ting.com/hak5. And they've got an online savings calculator there. So go ahead and get started. If you're going to, as a Hak5 viewer, you'll get $75 off your first month of service just for being an awesome Hak5 viewer. So just head over to ting.com/hak5. The coupon will be activated right away. It's just that simple with Ting.